This property is 1144 Alta Vista in Jacksonville, Florida. It's a rent-to-own for, or about to be for, $700 a month, depending on when you're watching this video. We either have the property now or are about to have it shortly, and we try to get people ready beforehand. Helps us save money and save on all kinds of fees and costs to have somebody ready for a house. These pictures are before the rehab. This video was made before the rehab. The pictures I'm showing you here are so people can get an idea of what houses look like after we rehab them. These are all properties here in Jacksonville that we've done where every property we do, we really start off with a rent to own, but our rent to owns are different. We do a rent until you own, and we charge a rental rate that's right in line with the mortgage. So most people don't realize like you can own homes like this because of the low interest rates at $700-800 a month. The thing is, I know people hear mortgage and a lot of people get scared that they might not be able to qualify. We've been helping people with their credit for 6 years, so we have seen 10,000 credit reports and can help anybody who really wants to get a home, that has a job and makes money and can afford it. If you want a home, there's a path to home ownership. All the rules written about mortgages are that you have to get a loan, not that that some people are on a blacklist. So we find the biggest thing is we just want people to have jobs, make money, and can easily afford these types of payments, and we'll work with you to get you approved for a home. But I always show people the pictures and tell them that's not really what makes the house special. What makes it special is that we work with people with bad credit. You can own and rent houses like this for much less than you would ever I mean, you can own homes like this for much less than it costs to rent them. And it's just, are you willing to do the little bit of work and energy up front, work with us to get you where you need to be. Again, as long as you have a job and make money, you can improve for a home. This is also a house on a big double corner lot, and it's all brick. So as long as you have a steady income and you can easily afford payments like this, please fill out the form below, and we'll tell you exactly what it's going to take for someone in your situation to get a home. If you're not actively planning on owning a home, then I really think you should stick around and watch the next 2 minutes where, pretty much people that are buying homes today are getting paid to live there. And renting is just a sucker bet. And if you don't think that, please watch this video. But if you're already super motivated to own a home, please fill out the form below. Okay, this is something I have everybody do, especially people who are, it's very good to be excited. There, most places right now you end up paying less for a mortgage than to rent the same property. And that is something to be excited about, but that just is not the whole story. People don't realize, even, very smart, educated people really don't realize the effects of just owning something and building equity as compared to renting. And a lot of people just don't realize that renting is, they really don't add it up. They just feel like they're paying $927 a month, but over time they're just killing their financial situation. This is a government website I send people to. It's ginniemay.gov. It's got a rent versus it's a calculator that compares. You can put your situation in here. Would I be better off buying or renting? I know most people think, oh, I know I'm going to be better off buying, but they don't realize by how much. This is a situation that just walked in my door. We've just sold a home to them this week. They're basically paying $927 in rent, and we're comparing that to a $100,000 house. Just keep in mind, right now, with taxes, insurance, everything out the door, your payment per $100,000 right now is around $700 a month. And there are places where you can get 0% down. The most that you'll ever really have to put down is 3.5%, so $3,500. Not very far off from first and last month's rent. Regular loan. The thing that people don't realize, there are no 6 or 7% interest rates. You either get qualified for the best one or you don't get anything. Those are some new regulations that came out. So this is what we have: people that can't get approved for a loan at 4 different banks come to us. Then we can get them the same rate as if it's not like we barely get them approved for a 7% rate. Everybody gets to enjoy the same low rates, which is what is the key that makes all this worthwhile. This guy just said he's going to stay in his home for 10 years. You can play with this, make it more or less. Long story short, right now if you go to look at the home prices, they say they're going by 1.6 to 1.7% appreciation. Doesn't even matter. I just threw that in there. That's less than inflation. But when you compare this guy's financial situation over the next 10 years, how much better off is he going to be? Buying puts him $90,000 to the better, because that takes the amount of money he's saving on, the difference between paying a $927 payment and a $700 payment, plus very small appreciation, plus the fact that, you forget, your mortgage payment's at 700 for 30 years. It's not like rent where it keeps going up and up and up. And, just paying off a little bit of the mortgage, you've got equity. So it's not like, most people just don't realize, $90,000 for the next 10 years, how much money, when you go to move from one rental to another, it's not like you get paid. When you have a house and you move from one place to another, you get paid. This is why people invest in homes and rent them out to people, because you're doing this for them. It's not just a little bit of money, it's a lot. How many months out of the year do you work just to pay somebody else's mortgage? And if you don't think houses are appreciating, put it at 0. It doesn't matter. I mean, you'll never know, but you just can't get ahead renting. I think everybody knows that, but when you come and play with this, you really start to realize, man, I am just a gerbil in somebody else's maze. Even if you're staying somewhere 5 years and a house doesn't appreciate, you're still coming off so much better than buying. So if that's something that bothers you, then this is a service for you. If you have a job and make money on some time scale, you can be the person owning. Like we tell people, there's no blacklist of people that just can't ever own a house. It's just a matter of, do you want it? And if you come and look at these numbers, it's worth fighting for. How hard is work? I mean, how fun is work? If we go to work 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, why don't we spend a couple hours a month and get our credit right so we can buy a house and take advantage of this? If that's you, please, let us know. Let us help you get a home. If not, you really need to spend some time playing at this site, or you're just going to be the guy that can't get ahead, paying rent. You'll always be paying somebody else's bills. You want to turn that into an investment. Let us know. We can help.